This took place when I was about 10 years old. My mom had rather quickly filed for divorce, but she had only a part-time job and had very little money. So finding a place to stay that was affordable and available immediately was kinda tough. A friend of hers told her that she and her husband had a little mobile home that was currently sitting empty, and we could rent out partially for free till we could figure something else out. I immediately didn't like the house. Part of this, I'm sure, was due to my parents' abrupt divorce and having my life turned completely upside down. But it was also just the house itself. We lived in a mountain town, and this mobile home was up a very steep, mile-long driveway. Beautiful pine trees surrounded it. But the house itself looked abandoned and out of place. It had 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So my brother and I shared a room, and my mom took the bedroom with the attached bathroom. It was a very 70s looking home, with wood paneling and dated fixtures. There were also areas that showed strange damage, like holes in the walls that were badly patched up. For whatever reason, I immediately refused to use the hallway bathroom. I wouldn't even step into it. My mom never really asked me why or questioned it, but let me use hers. Anyway, my mom was gone a lot, trying to find whatever work she could do. So I was home alone a lot after school and on the weekends. Each time I received a 911 call, I was by myself. My mom always told us that we shouldn't answer the door, but we should always answer the phone just in case it was her. So when the phone rang one afternoon, I figured it was just my mom, since no one else really knew our number yet. There was a woman on the phone who sounded very concerned. "Hello, this is 911 returning your call. We received a call, but we got disconnected," the woman said. I immediately got this sick feeling. I told her that I did not call 911, and she asked me if there was anyone else in the house who might have called. I said I was home alone, but I started to get really worried that maybe I just wasn't alone. She said that she would dispatch this police officer to our address, just to make sure everything was okay. At that point, I was terrified to be in this house, so I sat outside nervously waiting for the police, who showed up about 15 to 20 minutes later. The police officer asked me if I'm the one that called in the 911, and I said no. But they claimed that I had called them. The officer just sort of shrugged it and said, "This kind of thing sometimes happens. They say that it can't, that numbers can get mixed up, but it happens." He did curiously glance around outside, and then left the house, looking back. I tried to convince myself that the officer was right. It was just a mix-up phone call, and hopefully whoever did actually call them got the help that they needed. About a month later, the same thing happened. I got another phone call from 911, saying they had received a phone call from my number. I told them again. They must have been mistaken. The woman on the phone scolded me a bit, telling me that 911 wasn't something to be playing around with, and I was preventing people from getting help. She didn't dispatch any police officer this time. Again, I was really worried someone was in the house, so I cautiously checked to make sure all of the doors were still locked. I don't know why, but I always had kept the hallway bathroom door closed. Maybe because of the eerie feeling I got from it. As I was checking the house, I just knew someone was in that bathroom. I was honestly fucking terrified. Part of me felt like I needed to open that door and check it, maybe to just prove myself wrong, but I was just too afraid. So I just sat in the living room, watching the door. It was so quiet in the house that after a few minutes I swore I started to hear a faint little sound coming from inside, like a kind of shuffling noise. I asked my mom to check the bathroom when she got home, and she quickly looked inside. She made me come and look to see that it was just empty. and I was letting my imagination get the better of me. The 911 calls happened 3 more times over the next couple of months, and only when I was home alone, the 4th time the dispatcher told me I could face criminal charges for what I was doing, and that they would contact my parents. I hung up the phone sobbing and terrified because of what she said. I had that feeling like someone was in my house again, but if I called 911, they probably wouldn't even show up. I felt like a little girl who cried wolf, only it wasn't me. It was like someone was playing a horrible, twisted joke on me. I sat and watched that bathroom door again, hearing noises like someone dragging their fingers across the door. I decided my mom was right, and I was probably just letting my imagination get away from me. I decided to try to leave this bathroom door open so I wouldn't get so freaked out, but I thought that someone was in there. Then I got the 5th 911 call. This time though, after I hung up the phone with the dispatcher, the bathroom door slammed shut. I ran all the way down our steep driveway and found a place to wait until my mom pulled into the driveway. When she arrived, she was angry with me for leaving the house, but she saw how upset I was. I think maybe she thought that I was acting out due to the stress of the divorce. I refused to be alone in that house again though, so we worked it out, and I would stay later at school or go to a nearby friend's house till she got home off work. Not long after this, we got a notice from my mom's friend that we needed to move out because she and her mom needed a place to stay. I was so grateful to move out of there. I told my mom that she needed to tell her friend that something was wrong with the house, but my mom thought that it was ridiculous and that it was a ridiculous way to pay back someone's generosity. I moved around a lot for the next few years and tried to forget about that house. It wasn't until I was older that I really thought about it. I witnessed an accident and had to call 911, and the fear and paranoia all flooded back. I decided to do some research, which honestly, I wish I had never done. A few years before we moved in, a woman was killed in that house in some kind of domestic dispute. It was days, though, before she was found, shut up in the bathroom, lying dead on the floor. I never ended up talking to my mom about this. I felt like she might have just thought that I was lying, or that she just really didn't care because it was so long ago. I guess now it'll just be in my head that I witnessed this. I wonder if those people are still living in that trailer. I wonder if they saw what I saw, or if they have heard what I've heard. But I'll never know. Before you exit out of the video, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. My upload schedule will now be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to leave a like or a comment, or just subscribe. Turn those post notifications on if you want to get updates or get the videos as soon as they come out. My links in the description are also to all of my socials, where I keep up to date on everything and give everybody notices before everything comes out. But with that being said, stay safe, stay scary, and I'll see you in the next one.